Hey, everybody. Oh, excuse that background. There we go. How's everybody's day been? It is Tuesday, September 21st, 2021. And did you have a perfect day? Did you have a perfect day? I did. And I'm happy about that. Hey, Melanie, thank you for sharing, Melanie. That's awesome. If you are on Facebook, please take a second to say hello. Let me know that you are here. Let me know if you're a member. I'd like to know if you are a member and you've been around a little bit, or if you're a new member. Thank you, Patty. And or let me know if you're watching, but you're not a member. All of our new members, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad that you are with us. If you are watching and you are not a member, you're our special guest. I want you to see what we have to offer with the Shibboleth lifestyle, because it has been a huge blessing in my life, and I believe it can be in yours too, if you are looking for something to help you with health and wellness. Hey, Millie, I'm glad you're on here. That's awesome. Hey, Amanda's back tonight, and Mary is back tonight. We've got Angelia, and hang on a second. I needed to do something. Sorry, I gotta look at something. Y'all keep saying hello. Cindy had a perfect day. Congrats, Cindy. That is wonderful. I gotta find something, because somebody wanted me to give a shout out to a friend. I just need to look up that name. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay. Teresa. Hey, Claudia. Awesome. Claudia had a perfect day. Wonderful. Yes, ma'am. Millie is a member. Hey, Michelle Woodyard, new member. Awesome. And Temperance is a new member. And Claudia, new member day 3. Teresa, just over 2 months. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Awesome. Hey, Chris, glad you're on here. Let's see. Mary, I'm a newbie trying to get the hang of all the information. Just had surgery, immobile. So doing all the reading, etc. Yes, that's awesome. You do all of that. That is wonderful. Good. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you find us and you are not a member, you can get a membership at shibbolethdeals.com. Shibbolethdeals.com. And that is it's $69 for a lifetime membership. Okay, so it's not like we're asking you to spend an arm and a leg for this information, but it is 20 years of research and information by Travis Martin, so it is worth that. Hey, Heidi, I hope you're feeling good this afternoon or evening now. Okay, well, we're going to do lap 3. I've got it right there. We're going to do lap 3 tonight, and let's see. Oh, I love that, Cindy. Cindy is helping people out over there. Okay. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to fast track. I've got a favorite saved right there, so I'm clicking on fast track, and we're going to do lap 3 tonight, which is right here. So I'm just going to uncheck these boxes, because when you get to lap 3, they would be unchecked. Okay. Now, if you are a brand new member and you click on dashboard, it's going to bring you to fast track. But if you are a member and you have popped off of there and you're like, I don't know how to get back, simply click on dashboard. That's it. Just click on dashboard. Now, if you're a member who's been around a little bit, and it'll show up to your instructors page to get to fast track, you just click on that. And do you see how the instructors is kind of grayed out? The fast track would be too, until you clicked on it, and then you just click on it. Hey there, Patty. Patty says, take notes tonight. It will help you retain what you learn. That is so true. That is so true. Okay, well, tonight I'm actually going to start on the bottom 2 tasks here. And just to remind you that lap 1 through 7 is our curriculum. It is the way that we methodically and in an organized fashion have this information laid out. It's all your welcome documents in lap 1. Lap 2 is getting your account all set up, crossing the T's and dotting the I's, so that this wonderful, wonderful website will do for you all that you want it to do. If you don't give it information, it can't do as much for you. You've got to give it data so that it can give you info back. So that's all about lap 2. Now, lap 3 is about looking at the food library, a couple of worksheets that can help you build meals and create your favorites, and the timing chart. And this is just a short little video right here if you want to watch that in addition to tonight. If you're watching this full 1 hour, you probably don't need this little one right here, okay? All right, so we're going to look at the third action item on this page. It says create lists of your favorites in each category. Now, many of you have been hearing me say that since Monday night. I hope that you're creating lists of your favorites. And if you haven't done that yet, that's what we're going to start tonight, okay? So I have a worksheet here, and I'll read this little black box. Print is the very first thing. If you do not have a printer, just use the worksheet as a template to create it on your own paper, okay? You can do it any way you want to. So you don't really have to print it out. It just says that because you can. Print and use the attached worksheet to begin creating lists of your personal favorite foods in each list. The great thing about this worksheet is that you can print and create as many as you need. If you do not have a printer, you can use the idea of the worksheet for a template and write it on your own paper. So when I say you can print as many as you need, really one of the ideas that I teach people is, why don't you print 3, and then you can focus on things you like for breakfast, things you like for lunch, things you like for dinner. And so that would be a great way to have an organized and focused way to come up with meals for different meals of the day. So we're going to click here, and I'm just going to explain the worksheet to you. It's got a lot of color to it. So if you don't want to print in color, make sure that you print it in black and white. But really, you could just do this on paper, okay? Write down category 1 through 7. And you're just going to find 10 lean proteins. Now, you may have already heard me say some that you like, and you may already have them written down. So you could just transfer them to this worksheet. And let's say that you've got 7 written down. Then you're going to want to go into the food library and find 3 more. Okay, so maybe right here you've got 5 written down. Go into the food library and find 5 more. You do want these filled in. Don't leave them partially filled in. Unless you don't eat shellfish and never would, then you can leave that one empty. But the part of doing this is really the act of looking it up, the act of becoming familiar, so that you know, because when you have information, you are able to apply it, okay? So we want to fill this worksheet in. So that is all this listing is that thing right there. So once you create those lists, don't check this box until you've created those lists, okay? Because when you check this box, this means I've done the task. All right. So now the next one says create meals on the fast track worksheet. And you're just going to simply fill in these boxes. So once you have these listed out, all you have to do to build 7 meals here of a lean protein and a fibrous carb is to pick something from category 1 or something from category 7 and put it with something from category 2. It's that simple. Maybe you have chicken breast listed right there, so you'd write chicken breast right there. Maybe you have green beans written right there, so you'd write green beans right there. That is a meal that you could cook up in MCT oil. If you cook it up in MCT oil, what does it make it? Cooking it up in MCT oil makes it the what? Somebody should know the language by now. We'll see who knows. All right, cooking it up in MCT oil will make it be the, anyone? I'll tell you, the fastest fat burning combination. Good try, Temperance. Good try. You'll be an EFB. Yes, Mary, the best fat burner. Right, Heidi. It makes it be the fastest fat burning combination for your EFB, Temperance. So yes, that is awesome. Thank y'all for playing along with me. And then you just simply do the same thing. So let's say on line 2, you do shrimp and broccoli. Well, maybe over here, you want to use MCT to make it be the fastest fat burning. But let's say you're making yourself some shrimp scampi and you'd like to use a little ghee butter. You could put ghee butter instead. This MCT here is just reminding you that if you add it to these two things that you can cook, it would make it be the fastest fat burning combination. Let's say that on line 3, you write Oikos 000 yogurt and you put some hemp flakes in it. You wouldn't put MCT in that, okay? But maybe you wanted to do just a few. I'm talking like a palmful. You lay your hand flat and whatever berries don't fall off, that's like 4 or 5. If you wanted to put those in there, you could actually call that a condiment. And I don't mind if you write that on that line. But that MCT is just there to remind you that you could do that with a 1 and a 7, a 1 or a 7 and a 2 that you could cook up. And then over here on the right-hand side, you're just building meals with category 3s, ding, 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 or category 5s, ding, ding, ding. Remember, if you want to eat a category 3 energy carb, then you have got to eat it with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. So what I would kind of start with here on this meal is I would fill in the number 3 that I want to eat. And then I would kind of reverse engineer it, work it backwards, okay? And then right here, a category 5, when you are in weight loss mode, it must be eaten with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. And so I might write down right here, grapefruit, and then work it backwards as to what I want to eat with that. And then right here, it's just asking you to build category 4 protein plus fat meals with category 2 meals. This is category 6 meals with category 2 meals. And like I said yesterday when I was going over that website, we have a lot more combinations than this. This just gives you the idea how to build them, but you can put together as many as you want to on your own paper. Now you'll also see in the bottom left-hand corner of this website, it says freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements. We're going to do this on Thursday night. Now you can always move forward in these laps. You can move in and out of the laps as often and as much as you want to, but I will specifically go over those on Thursday night. So now that once you build your meals, you simply check that box, okay? But don't check the box until you filled in your worksheet, all right? That's the point. The point of checking the box is that, yes, I've done it. And the point of not checking the box is I'm not going to check the box till I do it, because doing it helps you. The next thing we're going to look at is the timing chart. The timing chart is one of my absolute favorite tools of the entire website. So we're going to read this. You're going to click on your timing chart above. Do you see right above where it says weekly timing chart? That's where you're going to click, that 4th colorful tab in from the left. It says my profile, videos and print material, my journal, and then it says weekly timing chart. That's where you're going to click. I couldn't directly link it to this action item because it would not take you to the right spot. I tried and tried. So you just have to click above. Click on your weekly timing chart above to view your personal timing chart. The link here in this task is to a video on how to use the timing chart to your benefit. Your timing chart is going to be an extremely valuable tool for you. It's a great visual as to whether or not you're doing your best. On your first and second perfect days, you're going to see a green check. And on your third perfect day, you're going to see a flame. You are now in EFB, baby, efficient fat burning. Your body is now in a state where it can burn fat, which is just stored energy efficiently. So we're not going to watch the video. I just want you to see what it looks like when I go there. Says your Shibboleth timing chart, and you just click there, and there I am doing a little video for you, okay? So it's just 4 minutes and 28 seconds long. Let's see, Alice. Hey, Alice. Alice, way to go, y'all. Alice lost 6.6 pounds last week in her first week. That is fabulous, Alice. Congratulations. Somebody over on Facebook, give her some hearts. That's awesome. I love it. Congratulations. So we're going to click up here on the timing chart. And I need to put in today's journal. So right here, it says, what type of day are you having? I'm having an IMF day. So I normally just hit save, but I want to go back to my timing chart tonight. So I'm going to click save and go to timing chart. Now remember, after you have a holiday, it takes 2 perfect days to get back into efficient fat burning, okay? This is not the best calendar for y'all to look at because this is my maintenance calendar. So I am going back to the very first. Hey, Gail, welcome. So this is my very first entry. I started on a Wednesday. This was my first perfect day. Therefore, I got the green check. This was my second perfect day. I got the green check. During these 2 perfect days, thank you. I like my timing chart. I like it. During your first 2 perfect days, or really during any 2 perfect days that you're having after holidays, what you're doing in your body is insulin that is in there is dissipating. Hey, Delanne, are dissipating. And then after that, your body is using up, well, at the same time, really, your body is using up glucose as a sugar, well, it's a sugar source. It's using up glucose as an energy source. So that's coming out of your muscles, it's coming out of your liver, and it's getting used up because that is an easily accessible source of energy, and you need that to go away so that your body can efficiently burn fat. That's what's happening during the 2 days. This whole thing is just scientific, okay? There's no tricks, there's no nothing. We will tell you exactly how it will work, and this is how. So you have your 2 perfect days to get into efficient fat burning. So your journal, when you mark in your journal that you're having a perfect day on the 3rd day, the computer knows to give you that flame. It knows to give you that. And then what you want to do is you want to string as many efficient fat burning days together as you can, and then planned or unplanned, what's coming? What's coming, y'all? Planned or unplanned, what's coming? And whether it's planned or unplanned, as long as you live within the guidelines of the lifestyle, there's no need. That's right, Michelle. Planned or unplanned, that's right, Amanda. A holiday is coming. We are living life. There are going to be days where things go on, or there's going to be special days, and we want to use those holidays. So we have the availability. Yes, I do too, Diane. Diane says that she loves that the timing chart includes scripture. I think one time after like 6 holidays in a row, it was like, get back to business, girl. It was really funny. But you're going to have holidays. Well, this was Easter. And so I went to Alabama for Easter, and my stepmother's food is delicious. So of course I wanted to eat that. Hey, Darren, glad you're here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Darren in her first, Darren, I can't really tell from your profile picture because it's a little dark and I'm far away from it. Is Darren a man or a woman? I can't tell because the picture is dark, and Darren could probably be both. So, but 13 pounds gone in their first week back. So congratulations. Y'all give Darren some hearts over there. That is absolutely amazing. Very amazing. Wonderful. Yes, you're getting some yay Darrens over here in the Zoom room too. Okay, so planned or unplanned, you're going to have a holiday. And you just get back to business after the holiday. Just don't let holiday turn into holiday, and go outside of the guidelines for your holidays allowed in a month. Okay, that's your management system. Okay, lock it in. I mean, if you use 6 holidays in the first 6 days of the month, you need to be perfect the rest of the time and feel good about it. Okay, Darren, gotcha. Awesome, thank you. We're glad you're here. Glad you're back. That's wonderful. I'm glad you knew where to come back to, Darren. That's awesome. Okay, so I had my perfect days there, and then I had my holidays there, and I got back I had a perfect day. Well, while I was gone on that trip to Alabama, I watched the gold level daily doses because I'd already done the silver level, and I watched the gold while I was in Alabama, and I learned about intermittent fasting. And that's what that icon is for. Okay. Now, technically, an intermittent fasting day can get you back into EFB faster, but I just go along with the tried and true 2 days for sure to get you back into efficient fat burning. So in my mind, I let the icons go on there just as the system is designed to do. But in my mind, this is really just a green check. Okay. And I just want to just tell myself, don't expect any weight loss until like here or here to get holiday weight off. Now it'll happen right here sometimes, but I do these things to get my mindset right. So I don't really kind of like hope to see it until here. So that's what I do. And then guess what you want to do? String as many efficient fat burning days together as you can. And then planned or unplanned, what's coming? A holiday. So this was a holiday. We went to a wedding and I was all into having my perfect days. And then I had a couple of months of perfect days because I locked it in and I wanted it done. So we won't continue looking at this, but what I do want you to know about this timing chart is that if you ever have a week where you just thought you rocked it and the scale does not tell you what you want to see, all you have to do is look back at your timing chart. If you have truly rocked it with a string of any efficient fat burning days, you just need to know that the scale is not telling you the most accurate picture of what's truly happening in your body. It's just giving you a momentary snapshot. So there could be undigested food in there. There could be some water in there. There could be all kinds of things going on. But that's when you don't give up. You just go and measure. Okay. Go and measure. Because then you're going to be like, wait a minute, I've lost 20 inches since I started, or I've lost this. And you'll use those other strategies. So go and measure and also submit for a journal review. That way we can give you any feedback. There are going to be times where that scale does not tell you what you want. And a lot of times we are so disappointed when the scale doesn't tell us what we want because we've been doing a bit of denying ourselves our habits and our pleasure. And we've been denying ourselves a little bit. Now we're eating great, but we're honing in our habits and it's work and we want to give in and we're not. So that's why it's like, man, this thing should have told me what I wanted to see. But don't worry if it doesn't. Just come over here and check out if you're doing the absolute best that you can. Because if you let the scale determine your mood, it will not be long before you're eating food. So never let the scale determine your mood. You just do this anyway, no matter what. This is what we need to be doing anyway. It's what we need to be doing for our health. Okay, so the timing chart is brilliant. Yes, I love. Oh, you want to see a bonfire? Dawn calls this a bonfire. Let's see. This is a bonfire right here. That is a bonfire, Dawn. And July was a bonfire too. And then I'd lost all the weight I thought I needed to lose. So I went into our maintenance program and, had a little holiday here and there and everything. And I've been maintaining this weight loss for 2 years now, which is amazing. I just, like you, we just needed to know the standards and be able to have some fun and encouragement being able to apply them. Okay, so that is your fast track. We just want you to know that is your timing chart. We just want you to know how important it is. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to familiarize ourselves with the food library. The food library is going to be one of your absolute best friends in this lifestyle. Okay, I use it constantly. We use it in class all the time. Somebody starts talking about something. And if I can't look it up, I've got buddies there. I got Dawn there. I've got Patricia there, looking stuff up saying, that's approved. It's a this. We all work together. So the food library is like a major, major resource for you. Now, as a new member, the only way that the food library is open to you fully is if you have taken your fast track quiz and gotten your first badge. Now, I am trying to get the badges rearranged, and that takes a minute in development. But if you have this badge, ignore the complete word. Ignore that, because fast track isn't complete until you've got checks in all 7 laps, checks in all the boxes in all 7 laps. But if you do have this badge right here, you have full access to the food library, okay? But if you don't, if you're like, wait a minute, I'm not seeing nearly the amounts of foods that she's seeing in lap 2, This last task right here is for you to take the quiz. You just take the quiz. We just want to make sure that you're on the right track and you know what you're doing. Okay, so let's read this. One of the best ways to begin to familiarize yourself with the food library is to do the following brainstorming activity. Take a blank sheet of paper and write down in no particular order all the foods that you can think of, like, or eat on a regular basis. Then look up each one of the foods on your paper and write down which category it's in. So let's say that you've written all these things all over your paper and just crazy, letting it free flow, brainstorming idea. When you look those things up, if it's a category 6 superfood, I would just write 6 or SF, whatever one you want to do, or both, just to help you remember more. Then here's what you do next. After you've done that, take another sheet of paper or that worksheet that I showed you earlier and organize your list by categories. Now, as you are exploring the food library, I want you to heart each item that you think you might like to try, because this is a nutritional adventure and you're going to see some things in the food library that you go, that looks good. I wonder what that tastes like, or I wonder what that is. How could I use that? Heart it. That way you can find it quickly and easily again, because anything that you heart goes into your personal food library. Okay, so you're taking a food library with 7,000 or so items in it, and you're making it smaller, personalized to you. And you can find your own personal favorites in 2 places. You can find it in the My Journal tab right here, or when you're in the food library, you will see a tab called My Favorites, and you would be able to click there. Now, let's say that you've hearted an item and you then try that item and you don't like the item. You can just go in there and unheart it and it'll move it back out of your favorites. But the hearting isn't just saying, oh, I love it. It's saying, I might want to try it and I want to easily be able to find this again in the future. That's what the heart tool is for, okay? Let's see. Michelle says, can you submit a food for evaluation to find out if it's approved? Yes. So Michelle, when I first came into Shibboleth, I brought foods from my pantry in here to my office. I sat them on my desk and then I looked them up in the food library. And if it was in the food library, I used a Sharpie marker. I wrote on there what category it was in and how to use it. If it wasn't in the food library, I would take a picture of the front of the item and the back of the item. So you need the front of the item and you need the nutrition label. You take those 2 pictures and you submit it by posting it in the Shibboleth Fixed It group, the Shibboleth Fixed It group. So you post it in there and say, curious, could this be approved? Well, our food guru, Kim Shibboleth, is going to have a look at all the details for you, and she is going to either say, yes, it's approved, or no, it's not. Now, here's another thing that happens. Sometimes it's approved. It's just that when you were searching, the exact search wasn't found. So try different things when you're searching and see if you can find it. But if it is approved, the great thing is she will put it in the food library so that you and everybody else can benefit from that item. And if it's not approved, she'll explain why. That is one of my favorite things. I like to know why. So come to find out, 2 of the things that I thought were really good for me were not approved. The protein shake that I used, not approved. Can you imagine that? I thought, what? But it wasn't. And so I didn't use it anymore. And then my pancake mix, which I thought was a healthier version of pancake mix, not approved. Now, I still have that in my pantry. And anything that's not approved, really, this is what I call it. It's holiday food. I can still eat that on a holiday. I just don't eat it on a perfect day. But it's good to know what is and isn't. So yes, ma'am, you certainly can. And it helps us build our library when you do. Yes. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and click here on the food library. First thing I want to show you is right here. Do you see over here in the top right hand side, it says My Favorites? That's where you would click to find any of the things that you have hearted. Now it does say right here, add a new food. Y'all don't use that button. That button has a backup, okay? And we'll never get through that backup unless we just clean it out and start over. So that is why we use the Shibboleth Fixed It group for that type of thing, okay? So they might should just take that button away, but we got everybody trained pretty much not to use that button. Okay, there's a filters button right here. I don't use the filters button right here. Because the same filters will show up individually in each of the categories, and that's when I use the filters, okay? And then here's our search bar. So all those foods that you're brainstorming and writing down that you want to know about, they're right there. If you are looking at this on a phone, you're pretty much going to see it like the right-hand side over here. Okay, you won't have this center part with these extra little paragraphs. That's just on, I think you might see that on a tablet, and you see it on a computer, but on a phone, it's going to be like this over here on the right. And you see that we have category 1 through 7, all of our numbered categories. Pretty much those numbered categories are foods that they roam the earth, they swim in the oceans, and they grow from the ground or the earth. But there are some other man-made products in there as well. But then when you come down here, look, condiments is its own category. It's just not a numbered category. Creamer, we have it in its own category because people like their coffee and they want to know what creamer they can use. And so you can see that we've got freebies, snacks, extras, meal replacements. We've got lots of things over here. You do want to take the time to explore all of those options. Remember, this is a nutritional adventure. You are looking for the new things that you can eat, okay? And one of the things that I said I was going to go over last night is cereal. I'll go over that in just a second, and pasta. But look, we even have something just on pizza, just on milk. There's salad dressings and so forth. And lots of other just random things even. And if you use supplements or collagen or things like that, or let's say that you use Plexus or Arbonne or Optavia, or you use any of those, the approved versions or whatever those companies have, it's in here too. See, it doesn't matter to us what you eat. This is the lifestyle that you should be living by. It still all needs to be done the same way. Some of their products are also approved. So we have it in here, no problem. So we have all of that listed. And then one really, really great tool that most people love is the coach mode meals. Coach mode meals are like, let's say that Travis was telling you what you should eat as a coach, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This would be some great examples. Now in Shibboleth, you're not ever going to really hear me talk about much calorie stuff. Every once in a while in a wow challenge, you'll have an instruction that says, yeah, Delian, you just check out your Plexus stuff in here. Supplements are always approved, but if it's something with calories, just look it up in here. Just type in Plexus and look it up. And if it's not approved, you can submit it and ask us, okay? We don't discriminate against any companies because it's just products and this is a lifestyle, okay? And so on the coach mode meals, they're pretty calorie controlled. But we don't really talk about a lot of calorie control because we use our two hands and it automatically does it. But these are pretty strictly calorie controlled. And so that's why it's a coach, coach is coaching you and everything. So those are some great meals. Let me click there real quick. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. I just want you to see how it's laid out. So look, all of those things. And all you do is click on it and read it. We'll click on it and we'll read it. Okay. Let's see right here. Let me go pick up something. Wendy's small chili. I mean, they even have the fast food restaurants on here. There's 4 Zaxby's. There's 2 Wendy's on here. We probably, there's a Mighty Muffin, which is a very popular, very, very, very popular meal replacement. Beverly Ump is always going to be good. There's your Chick-fil-A's. There's a deli turkey wrap is a meal. So you can check out all of these things. These would be really great, simple meals for you to get started with. Awesome meals to get started with. So that's coach mode meals. But over in your profile, there is a spot where you can mark whether or not that you want to be on coach mode. I would not mark that you want to be on coach mode in your profile because it makes it very, very strict. I would just go and use the coach mode meals. That's what I would do, okay? Because you still need to be living within the lifestyle guidelines. Okay, so let's go back to our food library. Okay, so as you can see, you've got all your categories listed in the center. Anytime you see a paragraph, read it because it explains it. The more you know, the more empowered you are to make decisions, okay? So that's everything right there also listed out. Okay, so I just wanted you to see how this is laid out. But now what I want y'all to do, because I'm going to talk about filters and the weight loss meter in the items of the food library. I would like to see at least 3 items from Facebook and 3 from the Zoom room that y'all are curious about and want me to look up. Okay, now if it's something like lasagna, I mean, I can look it up and we'll see what frozen lasagna, but if you're wanting to really make a lasagna, that's going to be in the it's going to be in the restaurant guide, and we're going to look at that tomorrow night. But y'all throw some items out there for me to look at, please. Okay, bacon. All right, we'll go ahead and look up bacon. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to type bacon in there. Patty's a bacon pro. I've just bought some strange bacon. I bought some Light Life vegan bacon because it was 50% off. And then I bought some chicken alfresco bacon. Yeah, I bought this right here. I bought this bacon the other day. I haven't eaten it yet. I haven't eaten it yet. But if you're looking for what is bacon, if you have a Kroger near you, look at all these words. Look at all this with bacon in it. Lots of things with bacon in it. If it's got the word bacon in the name of the item, it may not truly be what you're thinking of as bacon. It's just got bacon in the name. But if you are looking for true, real bacon, this one right here, this is private selection. This is from Kroger, center cut bacon. Okay, so you click there. It's a -2 on the weight loss meter. Okay, now this is what I want you to, oh, I want to go back. Okay, so when I typed in bacon, did you see how that big giant list pulled up and anything with the word bacon in it pulled in there? Now, I'm waiting for it to go back. Okay, so you've got these filters up here at the top. It also tells you that your search for bacon returned 96 results. And you've got these filters, which we won't be using it unless if you want bacon and you're a vegan or a vegetarian, you would use these filters, okay, to find vegan or vegetarian bacon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little slider ball here because I don't really want to look through 96 results. Now, because I know it's bacon and I'm pretty smart and I know that's got to be a protein plus fat, I'm going to take this from -1 to -3 and redo my list. It's going to generate a list. It's going to have less than 96 results in it, so I don't have to look through 96 results. Okay, so it gave me 68 results. That's still a lot of options there. Okay, look, there's Kroger Canadian bacon. Now, I tend to buy the Jones Canadian bacon right here. That's the one I buy. I need to mark that one. So let's go ahead and open that one. So this is the Canadian bacon I buy. This one's actually a lean protein. It's a lean protein because it has less than 20% of its calories coming from fat. And 2 to 6 ounces would be the recommended amount. You've got a -2 on the weight loss meter. And if you wanted to add it to a grocery list, you would click this button. We're going to go over grocery lists tomorrow night. As you can see, I gave it a 5-star rating. 27 other people have marked that they like this one too. I like it because it's 97% fat free. Okay, let's scroll down here And it gives you 2 recipes that go along with that. So crock pot cabbage roll soup and Shibboleth McGriddle. I think I want to try that Shibboleth McGriddle. That sounds good. And then there's lists out where to buy that item. Now, anytime you see the where to buy section, that is member entered data. So Shibboleth doesn't go around just checking out where food is. Okay. This is member entered data. So if there's nothing there, because members haven't entered it, but you can enter it by clicking the add new button and help us fill in that information. Okay. So I like this one. This is a Canadian bacon. It is a lean protein. So this is excellent. I think my internet must be a little slow or something. Okay. But I wanted to look at this private selection center cut bacon because most of the time when people say bacon, they're talking about something like this. I'm going to give that 4 stars too. It's a -2 on the weight loss meter. This one is a protein plus fat. Now look right here. It says you can have up to 4 slices, but I want you to come down into the description and read this because this is very important. You may have up to 4 slices if this is your only protein source. If you're having this with an egg, just do 1 to 2 slices of the bacon. And look, this is real special. Must be served with a category 2. Now, we can eat protein plus fat by itself, but in this particular situation, the description is telling you something that is going to keep you safe. So just make sure that you read the description. And there you go. You've got some linked recipes there. And of course, this is a Kroger brand, so it's found at Kroger. So there's bacon. Let's see what else we got. Cashew milk. Okay, let's look up some cashew milk. I've looked it up before. Did you see how that popped up? Because it's been asked before. So cashew milk. We have the Forager organic unsweetened cashew milk and the Silk unsweetened cashew milk. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got this listing here. As we're reading from left to right, the next little block is a blue block with a number in it. This particular number is a 0. This is the weight loss meter, which equates to this little slider bar right here. 0, when something is 0, it's right here in the center. Not going to help you, not going to hurt you. Okay, so it's just neutral. Negative, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Negative numbers are better for weight loss. Positive numbers should really be saved for maintenance, but if you have a positive number item in weight loss mode, it's not going to throw you out of the EFB. It's just something that you wouldn't want to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 7 days a week, because then you wouldn't get the results that you wanted. So you know how we've categorized foods into the categories? The weight loss meter is just another way to categorize items. So once you get into a category, I usually scroll my little slider ball right here down into the negative numbers to see if anything appears once I've pulled up my list. And if I don't get enough options, I can always expand my list. Okay, so I can always expand my list. So let's have a look at Silk unsweetened cashew milk. So it could be used as, okay, now you're going to see something right here that's going to tell you that it's in several different categories. So it can be used as a condiment. It can also be a perfect pairing item. We've got it listed in the milk category, and it's a gluten-free product. Approved portion, see description for details. So we come down here and we have a look. Unsweetened cashew milk is mostly fat and counts as a perfect pairing milk when 1/4 cup is paired with a phase 1 cereal. Remember, we talked about that last night, that certain cereals you could only eat, certain milks could only be eaten with phase 1 cereals. It can be used as a category 4 milk, or it can be used as a condiment, so you can use 50 calories of anything as a condiment. Keep in mind that the total meal serving condiments must not go over 50 calories. Unsweetened cashew milk is not a category 1 milk and cannot be used in place of Kroger Carbmaster milk or fat-free Fairlife milk. So I'm not sure how you drink this, but if you're having it with cereal, then you would only want to do a phase 1 cereal with that. So you just want to look that up. Okay, Diane says cereal. Okay, let's go ahead and have a look at that phase 1 and phase 2 cereal. So phase 1 cereal is going to really be the best cereal, the best. All right, and you'll see there's your list. Okay, now we even have some zeros here in your best cereal. So I'm just out of curiosity, I'm going to take this down to -2, -3. I just want to see what's the best of the best. Isn't it nicer sometimes just to look at a little bit smaller list? Okay, I got myself a little smaller list here. Do you see these first 4 products there? It says AHS. That stands for Advanced Health Systems. Advanced Health Systems. That's a product we carry. It's specifically made for weight loss. And this cinnamon crisp cereal, so good. I ate it before church on Sunday. High-Low Nutritious Living, we can find out at regular grocery stores. K's Natural Cereal, we also sell that. And I don't know where else it's sold because I buy it at the shop. Stay Steady, I've never looked for it. Okay, but right here, any approved milk can be used with a phase 1 cereal. Okay, so let's have a look at phase 2 cereals. Now remember, look, there's phase 2 cereal on the right here. There's phase 2 frozen meals, phase 2 soups. This does not mean that you advance to a higher level of understanding. It's actually just more variety. It doesn't mean that you went to a better quality of food. It's just more variety that will also work. Okay, so let's click on phase 2 cereal. Okay, so now we have our list of phase 2 cereal. And what number are you noticing most in that weight loss meter little blue box? What number are you seeing most? Zero. That's right, Michelle. Temperance, 0. That's right, Mary. Seeing 0 because these cereals aren't the best of the best. They just work. Okay, they just work, but they're not the best of the best. So this is kind of like, remember how we used to wake up and watch Saturday morning cartoons with a bowl of cereal? This might be like your once a week treat. Let me wake up on Saturday morning or something and have cereal or whenever you might do that. But these aren't the best of the best. But if you want some of these cereals, and look, I mean, I'm only seeing one -1 in there. There's another -1. They're both Kashi products. There's Millville Bran Flakes as a -1, and then we've got just a few more here. And there's the end of the list. Okay, so if you want some of these cereals, like some Special K approved products, some Rice Krispies, there's Kix and lots of Kellogg's products and General Mills and Captain Crunch and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so if you want to eat that cereal, you must have it with a category 1 lean protein milk, or just don't do it. It wouldn't be a perfect day, because even the best of these cereals is still starchy, and you need it to be fat-free milk, and you need it to have protein in it. Yeah, so Reese Puffs are on here. You just need to have it with a where's the Reese Puffs? There's Reese Puffs right there. Okay, so let's click on it. We'll read it. So it's a 0 on the weight loss meter. This is a perfect pairing item, which means it does not follow the rules. Now, you know how we have the blue, yellow, and red combination chart? This is definitely going to follow in the blue column, and it lists it as a phase 2 cereal. You can have 1 cup, and let's go down here. Must be eaten with a 1/2 to 1 cup of Egg Whites International. This is the only egg whites that Travis would use raw. not cooked, because it's been pasteurized and triple tested for salmonella poisoning, but you're using that for the purpose of having protein in it. And then you could use Kroger Carb Master milk or fat-free Fairlife milk. Do not eat dry. You can improve the nutrition of this meal by adding 1 tablespoon of hemp flakes. Okay. And then there's where you can buy it down there. So you just want to be careful and know what to do with that cereal. All right. So let's see. We had ice cream requested. Let's see. As you can tell, I have typed in ice cream before. It popped right up. Now, most of the time, your ice creams are going to be a snack. If you're just having a hankering for ice cream and you want a little bit more than just a snack, you need to find a wow challenge. And we are going to go over wow challenges on Friday night. Okay, so the words ice cream turned up 54 results. Now, I know that ice creams are not going to be in the -2, -3 range. So I'm really not going to, because you're seeing a lot of zeros, ones, a 2, that type of thing. So at this point, what I would do, Linda, is I would kind of scan down here for those familiar brands and see if you want to try one. And then just look for the ones that have the most likes. Like, look, there's a 248 that like Halo Top ice cream. So that would be a really great one to try. So you can just go down through there and there's your list. And look, there's Weight Watchers products in there. And just find one that you like. And there's these are cups, like little ice cream cups and stuff. So there's Kroger cake cups. So they tell you how to use them. So anything that has to do with an ice cream is marked with that ice cream. Enlightened is also a really good brand for us as well. And you can have whatever the amount it says for each one, you can have it as a snack. Okay. Awesome, Michelle. I'm glad that worked out. Yes. Okay. Now let's have a look at breads. So for breads, we have a link for breads. I mean, everybody's curious about breads. See, the great thing about Shibboleth is we don't eliminate anything. What we do is we just find out which ones work and help us, not hurt us, put them in the food library, give them a category, tell you how to use them, and there we go. You know, my breakfasts still look exactly the same, just using different bread, different eggs, different things. And it tastes just as good too. And I lost weight doing it. Okay, so we're here at breads. Let's say that by chance you needed a gluten-free bread. You just click that filter. It'll turn green and it will regenerate your list. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take my little slider ball down and I want to see the best of the best breads. I'm going to do -2, -3. Because I like to start off with a smaller list and then I can expand. So what I'm doing right now is what you'll do with that just brainstormed list. Look up all the things and then fill in the worksheet. And once you've done all of that, you can check off all the boxes in lap 3. Okay, so we have our list of breads here. Okay, so at this point in time, this is not all loaf bread. Some of this is lavash bread or pita bread or tortillas and buns and things like that. So we got, what I would do is say Aunt Millie's. Okay, maybe Aunt Millie's. I've never seen it. I think it's like a Midwest thing. So you've got some products there, which would be good to try if you live there. Joseph's. When I started Shibboleth, I found out that I like this Joseph's product. So I bought a lot of that in the beginning. As you can see, I hearted them. If you've got a Kroger, there's the Kroger Carb Master Classic White Bread. It's a -3 on the weight loss meter. The La Banderita Carb Counter Carb Lean Tortillas, got several of those. The La Tortilla Factory Tortillas. Lewis Healthy Life Bread, that would be a great option. It's a -2 on the weight loss meter. There's some Mission Carb Balance flour tortillas. And I am sure that I am reading off some names that you recognize. So what you do is I'd use the Olay Extreme Wellness High Fiber tortilla right there. And then somebody pulled out all the thin, slim stuff and looked, and then however you pronounce that. Okay. So let's say that you just go, I want to see a little bit more. So you just take the slider ball, slide it up to a -1, and it's going to grab -1, -3, and it's going to make your list a little bit bigger. Yeah, I like the Sara Lee 45 calorie. Oh, she likes the white bread. Yep. I use the multigrain, but I'm just so glad they both work. So this one gave us a few more. They gave you a flat out and a fit and active, but honestly, I'm going for the lower ones if I can. So that's one reason I use the Olay Extreme Wellness. Yes, Diane, high fiber tortilla. The Sara Lee that Diane and I are talking about, it's a 0 on the weight loss meter, but it still works. And I don't eat it every day, so. But where this bread area comes in handy is if you want a hot dog and you want it with a bun. I just learned to wrap mine up in a tortilla, and I like it. Or if you want to have a hamburger, to find a hamburger bun, but you could actually type the word buns in for that and look for buns that way. So that would be a good thing. Okay, everybody. So I hope that you've had a great time tonight learning and exploring in this. Travis is going to be doing a every Tuesday until people lose interest. And we're hoping that people don't lose interest, because when they don't lose interest, they're doing the right thing for their health. But he's going to be doing a meeting, an accountability meeting. He called it the September welcome party, and we're taking it all the way through December, unless he has less than 10 people show up, and then he's done. He's doing that tonight at 8:30 in 4 minutes. Let me repeat that. He would normally be doing that, but he has had an emergency. So I'm doing it. So I'm going to hop off real quick and get set up as Travis and come back on the other side. If you are not registered for that, let me share my screen with you and show you where to get registered for it. All you got to do is go to this pink online webinars tab right there, and you would be able to register right there where it says September welcome party accountability meeting. So if you're doing this with Travis, go ahead and come on to that. And if you're not, just come on now. It doesn't matter if you've been to the other meetings or not. You can start now. You can start now. So I'm going to pop off, but I do hope that you come back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to be going over the recipe library, which is basically our digital cookbook. And we're going to be going over the grocery list and how to create a grocery list. It's just a really cool and fun tool. You're welcome, Michelle. Thank you for being here. So come back tomorrow night for Fast Track, and I would love for you to catch me in the morning for the Shibby show. It is a little morning show that I do about 7:30, 7:40-ish, Monday through Friday on the Shibboleth public page. So go ahead and like the public page and click that you want all live notifications, and you'll make sure to get that. It's morning motivation, daily devotion, and focus. Let's focus for the day. You're welcome, Joan. You're welcome. We're so glad that you're here. Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Dale Lynn. Thank you. I appreciate that. Night, everybody. See you in a few.